Hi, my name is Precious Barbara, and I'm really excited to be with you today. Like I promised, I'm going to be with you every single Friday at 1 p.m. as we try to navigate and learn about customer service, customer satisfaction, customer experience, customer retention, and anything customer. Today, we will be looking at processes. The only way you are guaranteed of a good service is if you have the right processes in place. If you do not have the right processes, chances are that you are not giving customers a good service. So it's very important. But first, I'm going to ask you a question. If you were a customer to your own business, what would satisfaction look like? If you have never been in the shoes of the customer, you need to take off time and act as one. I actually encourage people to take off time and make orders from your business. Walk into your business, be a customer, do mystery shopping and stuff like that. That's the only way you can check some of the things that are going well and some of the things that are not going well. But define satisfaction as a customer. After you have defined that satisfaction, then you can be able to give it to your customers and much more, right? So let's go back to processes. How are your processes? Do you know what your processes are? Can you define them well? If your answer is no, please don't worry, we will tackle that. If you want to have the right processes in place, first you need to define your customer journey. What does it look like when your customer gets in touch with you for the first time? What does it look like up to the end? If you were an online store, I would like to imagine that your customers are ordering either online or they're giving you a call. When a customer calls in, what happens? Who picks their call? What do they do? What do they say? What happens after that? Who do they hand over? What do they do? How do they record that? What, in what timelines are you working up to the end? Define your processes based on your customer journey. After you have defined that, then you need to write your processes down. When you do not write your processes down, there are chances that your people will not know them after some time. The only way you can be guaranteed that your teams are aware of the processes if you have them written down and share them with your teams and teach them and know that you have ably communicated. So write your processes down. Have a processes manual written down. Third, communicate to your teams. Now, like vision, processes need to be communicated over and over again. When you do not communicate them, they leak. So the new team members will probably not know what happens. Even the old ones will forget. So continuously communicate the processes and revise them, because what worked 3 years ago may not work now. So keep revising. After you have communicated to your team, start to implement. Yeah, because it's one thing to have the right processes, it's another thing to implement. Does your team implement right your processes? How can you know? The only way to know is to monitor and evaluate. Inspect what you expect, one wise man says, and another says that only what is measured grows. So if you are not measuring your team's performance, your team's service, then most likely it's not going on well. The only way you can be guaranteed is if you monitor and evaluate. But how can you monitor and evaluate if you have not equipped and trained your team well? After you have identified your team, you need to be able to train them, equip them, give them the right resources, have the right numbers, teach them anything that you think can be beneficial to them in life and to your customers. That's the only way you can be guaranteed. So, I have mentioned 5 things. I am going to repeat them. The first one is define your customer journey and then define the processes based on the customer journey. Secondly, write them down. Define them in detail, write them in detail. Third, communicate them to the teams. Who is responsible for what? What do they do? Are they aware? What are the teams involved? After you have communicated to the teams, 4, implement. Yeah, implement, as simple as that. 5, monitor and evaluate. Monitor and evaluate. And then the last one, which is like an extra but very important, is train and equip your teams. Give them the right tools, the right resources for them to be enabled to continuously serve the customers in the right way. I hope this has really been helpful. Let me know in the comment section. Until next time, we'll be again here on Friday, 1 p.m. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. It's such a pleasure to be able to share this knowledge with you. Let me know in case you need any support concerning customer service, concerning processes, concerning implementation, concerning monitoring and evaluation. I would be very glad to come in and support. Until next time, bye bye.